Hello everyone, good day. I am Marty T Dalumpines from the group 3. We have chosen this video because this highlights on how CLT or communicative language teaching methodology is effective to non-English or non-native speaker of the target language. To begin with, let us first define what is CLT or communicative language teaching really means. So, CLT or communicative language teaching is an approach that aims communicative rather than linguistic competence of learners through interaction. After defining what is the meaning of CLT, let us proceed to the video analysis. So after viewing or watching the 10 minutes video presentation, we already observed on how the teacher starts and ends his class. If you have noticed, he uses techniques like giving activities to the students. First is for the students to be able to read well. He asked them to play rhythm with their own hands while they were reading the sentences shown on the screen. The teacher gave this kind of activity because this will help students to participate more in his class, and this will also help them to retain more knowledge. Giving this kind of activity will help learners to retain more information because the process is memorable and enjoyable and can also give them fun while they were learning. Then, the next process is that the teacher asks if they have or the students have any ideas about what is pronoun before proceeding to the main topic. The starting question will serve or help the students to share their ideas. Remember, if the students share their own ideas in class or their own thoughts, this will make them more interested in your discussion. Next is the teacher grabs the tape as an example for the students to take the information clearly. Let us remember that providing examples can help students to acquire new knowledge as they can use that example or thing as a route for them to understand the concept to relate on the topic. The next process of CLT is that the teacher told them to group themselves for them to answer the activities. The most common CLT activity is the group work. Group work can foster learning and comprehension because students who is working in a group, they can share ideas and thoughts that can also provide them more knowledge while they were learning.
The main purpose behind communicative language teaching method is to prepare students to be a good communicator in different real-life situations through repetitive and practices and student-student cooperation. During class, teachers should create situation that stimulates students' interest in the teaching learning process through the use of technology to support communication. So in this video, we will going to see that the teacher used a projector and a widescreen in order to stimulate students to actively participate. In this portion, you can see that the presentation is very evident throughout this class interaction. So what do we mean when we say recitation? Recitation has its own rhythm, music, sound, and beat, which are very much helpful for children's language development, cognitive development, and emotional development. It helps students to practice speech, voice inflection, and volume. The purpose of recitation is to help students learn to apply the information they have learned in lecture. This is not the opportunity to show off, but rather a time to demonstrate their mastery. A fruit of their labor, they should see recitation as a task of public public speaking engagement. As what we can see in the video, you can see that the student participate through recitation in order for them to show what they learned throughout the discussion. Psychological factor is very evident and very normal to a communicative language teaching. What do we mean when we say about psychological factor? Such as motivation, attitude, confidence, and resilience, as well as environmental barriers and support by Light 2003 can influence the development of communication competence. As we can see in this portion of the video, you can see that psychological factors such as specifically confidence ruin the child's development in a classroom situation. A teacher should give an equal treatment to the student. It is through providing opportunities for learners to experiment and to try out what they know. They also provide opportunities for learners to develop both accuracy and fluency. As we all know that educator is the one who helps students to develop their language efficiency and also through the use of recitation and public speaking. Professional educators have developed a variety of models of instruction, each designed to produce classroom learning. This is from the theory of Joyce, Will, and Calhouse of year 2003.
So the communicative language teaching or the CLT approach focuses on giving students the skills to clearly and confidently communicate in real-world situations with native speakers of their target language. So it means mas effective ang communication through teaching sa mga student kung mas ginatutukan sila at gina-appreciate ang ilang partisipasyon sa mga activities kag ginadiscuss ni teacher. You can see, sa ending ka video, mas ginatutukan or mas madasig ang pag-learn sa isa ka student. It is because kay ginatutukan gid sila sa ilang teacher to communicate or to participate to the said activities. And CLT impacts students' communicative competence, especially speaking and other skills such as listening, reading, and writing. So sa pamaagi sini, gaka-develop ang skills ng isa ka learner kag mas gina-practice sa isa ka student kung paano ya ma-develop ang vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and comprehension. What is the impact of CLT in teaching English? In the academic world, CLT is one of the most influential theoretical developments in language teaching and learning, especially among ESL students. So it is related to the idea of communicative competence that is believed to help in redefining the target of second language instruction in the classroom. So thus, what is the purpose of learning communicative English? First is to impart better writing skills by sensitizing the learners to the dynamics of effective writing and to build up the learner's confidence in oral and interpersonal communication.
Why do a teacher need to correct student in a proper way? Correcting student as a group in correction session at the end of the day or even during the discussion is very important not to degrade the student confidence but also to know that intelligence is being learned as they learn. It is also important to use a task-based learning method. This is a teaching process that is done entirely to communicative tasks. There are differentiated instruction that is being used by teacher to a student in order for them to provide an accurate or clear meaning to follow by a student. So instruction was defined previously as the purposeful direction of the learning process, and it is one of the major teaching activities. So that was our video analysis. Hope you like it. Thank you.
You can watch anything in time's up. You may now go goodbye class.